Hey guys, how you doing? Guess what just showed up? Ta-da! And this. So I we waited a long time for this, as most of us have. I didn't know if this day would ever come. UPS just came back 2 hours ago and dropped it off. I went through my emails to kind of see kind of how long ago it was, and I placed the pre-order on May the 22nd, 2017. So 2.5 years. The pre-order wasn't such a big deal. You have to pay then. You just have to basically put your name down. Part of the pre-order was you got a discount on the kit and you got the free ordnance set. So it seemed a pretty good deal. So like I said, place the order just arrived. We're going to take a look at it in a minute. I won't be going through this guy. The ordnance set. Phil Flory just recently released a video. Flory Models went through every single part in the kit in detail. Also, most of this stuff is actually in the kit as well. So I didn't realize it. So I kind of thought, because of the ordnance set, it was kind of like the old Hasegawa kind of trick where you get nothing in the kit, no like weapons in the kit, and you have to buy them separately. But from what I've heard already, I think you get a lot of this stuff already in the kit. So we'll see in a minute. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to switch cameras. We can go down to the bench. So if you just catch up in a couple of minutes, we'll see you then. Okay, hang on. Okay, so here it is, big box. So let's kind of look around the box here. So it's a AMK. Nice to see the decals are furball. I've used them before and some stuff, and they're pretty nice. Obviously 1/48 scale, and it's a D variant. Sorry to glare at the camera here. It's a really shiny box. So there it shows a bunch of weapons on the sides, an ordnance. So I'm guessing that's what's inside the box. But we'll see in a minute. Go around, picture of the aircraft. Then on this side, yeah, and a couple more schemes. Okay, so see the box is crown pack. So I've built the MiG 31 before, and the same thing. It's beautifully packaged. You see all the boxes around the side. Then there's some sprues and sprue runners in the middle. We'll put this to the side and we'll start with the instructions, and we'll come back to this giant box. So it looks like it comes with, let's check the other side. Yeah, 5 different schemes. So the first one is the Black Lions in a low vis. You have the Bounty Hunters in low vis, and then you have the high vis. You have Tomcatters, Vampires, and the looks like Grim Reapers in low vis as well. So I'm gonna hold that a little closer. Color callouts as well. Just really generic. It has some FS numbers, but really just a generic yellow, grey, olive drab, that kind of stuff. These are all going to be in pretty much the same kind of color schemes of the, I believe it's light and dark ghost grey. So we start out looking at the where decals go. There's color callouts. The Vampires in black looks very nice, but I know in the past black can be a little bit tricky to weather. So looking at this, I might go for the Bounty Hunters and low vis. I do have some aftermarket decals as well, so I might use those as well. So anyway, let's go through here. Again, some more callouts. Weapons. Again, some decals for the cockpit, ejection seats, weapons, pylons. Sorry, the pods. Okay, then quite busy instructions. So I'm just going to run through this real quick. So start out with the seats. Tons of parts come on seats, and as always, most of the time, cockpit, and then the front landing bay, which looks like it's got front landing gear bay, which looks like it goes up, as most time goes underneath the cockpit. Then we go into the front fuselage section. Oh, nice. So looks like we have full detailed engines. It's a nice tip. And one thing I should note too is with this kit, it retails for about $65. I've seen it as of today on Scale Hobbyist for just $49.99. And I mean, before we even kind of go through this, that just seems like a great bargain for an aircraft this size. 148 Tornado. I'll say Tornado. Tomcat is a big aircraft, as we're seeing right here. Immediately, there's there's a lot of detail. There's full engine detail. It just seems like a great price. The Tamiya one is it's a great kit, but that retailed up like $80 to $100 some places. And the Great Wall Hobby just released a 172nd F-14, and that's going for $62. I've seen cheapest I found. So that's just again half the size of this in 72nd scale. So it does seem a good price. But again, let's go through kit and see how it all looks. So then going through the intakes, all the information intakes, attaching intake trunks. We'll go through the horizontal tailwing positions, then attaching the engines. One nice thing on this one might be, because they have nice engine detail, maybe to cut one or two panels out here so you can see the engines, or maybe have an engine out on the dolly next to it. Wings. It looks like from the kind of early on you figure out if you want it open or closed. What nice thing is, it looks like it has flaps and slats, which obviously the Tamiya one doesn't have. So it has four flaps and slats on the wings. It talks about attaching the wings. Again, part position, swept back or swept out. One thing I'm kind of thinking is I would like to do part position. Not only does it take a lot less space up, but then maybe look at using the engine, looking at some details, and maybe put like maintenance mode. So I'm thinking maybe part position I might do maybe like a little carrier diorama. Then we go to top fuselage, tail wings, attaching the nozzles. Then the front fuselage goes into the main kind of assembly, main fuselage. Exactly the same as the Tamiya kit. Lots of lumps and bumps. What else? Next, landing gear. Again, I'm just whisking through this super quick. I don't want like a 30-minute review. I'm just going to go quick down and dirty to give you guys an idea what's in the box. You can pause and see it in more detail, but like I said, I'm just kind of running through this pretty quick. Front landing gear. Attaching the gear, attaching the air brakes, the canopy. Looks like from here, which is nice. Looks like the glass is separate from the frame, so it looks like you paint the frame and the glass just drops in. We'll see in a minute when we look at the parts. So obviously closed or open. It looks at the pallets that go underneath it. Fuel tanks, pylons, weapons. So I'm assuming there are weapons. In fact, but they're in instructions here. So we've got full Phoenix, sidewinders, all that kind of stuff. Then it's showing the weapons, loadout. One nice thing too, I'm ignoring how I'm going to build this, but one thing I would like to do too at one point is I like it when people build those aircrafts, they lay out all the armament and all the ordnance in front of them. Especially with like these aircraft, they have tons of different stuff on there. Some of the Russian stuff too. It looks really cool when you have like the aircraft on like on a base, and then you have all the weapons in front of it. So that might be something I might do with this too. I'm very excited about this one. I might even bust it open and start it tomorrow morning. I'm that excited. I love the Tomcat, and I've been waiting a long time for this. Then lastly, just showing you all the sprues. See quite a lot of parts. 1, 2, 3 decal sheets. Cool. Well, there we go. So again, just quick down dirty on the instructions. So let's bust into the box. So I'm going to show you kind of what's in here. So you have all this plastic. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 bags, which have multiple sprues inside each one. At the very bottom here we have decals, some photo etch, and then we have these boxes inside the box. Let's go ahead and start with these. So first one is, as you can see it there, the tops, the lantern, and some GBU 38s. So pull this I'm never gonna get this back in the box again. It's packaged so well. Yep, and absolutely exactly the same as what you get in the ordnance set I've seen on the videos. Great slide molded, no seams. Yeah. Again, Phil Flory's done a review of all the ordnance on it. I need to repeat what he's already done. He's done a great job on it. So here's some GBUs. Well packaged, kind of stacked. All the fins are intact, slide molded. Great. Okay, so this box, it's kind of hard to see the white glare, so there you go. You got Phoenix, GBU 12s, 16s, 31s, and a Sparrow. Again, all slide molded, looking fantastic. I'm not going to, again, spend time opening all these weapons up because we've seen them already in like other videos. I want to focus more on the aircraft, and again, I don't want this video to be like 45 minutes long. So they're the weapons. Now, this box here is, as you see, canopy landing gear. Excuse me. Okay, as you go. Nice detail. See like wires and stuff on there. The frame for the canopy, like we just talked about in the instructions, are great. It makes it easy. So you can paint that separately and then just add the glass afterwards. No masking. Looks like a couple of pieces are broken off. Oh wow, that is crystal clear. I mean, if you hold it over the lines here, there's zero distortion. That's a very nice clear parts. I got this piece. Wait a minute, so I'm looking at this. So I think you probably have a choice. You can either have the usual way where you hold the canopy and you mask it and paint it, or you can use the frame and then these guys go onto the frame. So it looks like you have two canopies already. So, oh, interesting. Okay, clear parts. That's pretty much it in that box. Okay, this box here, fuselage. That's it. Oh. It's a big box, but not, I expect there's a little bit more in it. Okay, so one part front fuselage. Wow, okay. I'm impressed that having built recently the MiG-31, I'm not shocked because that's a fantastic kit, amazingly engineered. Yeah, look at this. One part slide molded. So I mean, you can have zero seams with that. And the nose right here, that's amazing. And the details too, all the rivets, panel lines. Wow, that's very impressive. Okay, so that's the boxes we went through. Now let's kind of go through the sprues. In no particular order. Actually, let's just open up. So here are the seats. Decent detail. I often use resin seats, and I probably will with this one too. Just, I don't know, just kind of way I do things. But these are really nice detail. The instrument, well, very nice detail too, nice and raised, so it should be easy if you don't dry brush it. The dial, instrument dials. So the pallets. Okay, next one. Wow, there's so much plastic here, it's unbelievable. Okay, here's the engine. So we have two pieces of these, obviously one for each of the engines, and looks like there's is that a fuel tank as well? We just need to look at one of these. So yeah, here's the engine. A pretty crude detail on the outside, but you know, a little bit of wire and stuff, you can really bring that to life. And the fan blades. This is really nice detail too. So obviously two engines. This next one. So here's the exhaust nozzles, and they looks like the horizontal stabilizers. Or tail. I'm not sure. Maybe I'm not sure. To be honest with you, I'm not sure if they're the tail fins or if they're the no, they're the they're the tail fins. Tail fins. Again, amazing detail. Very fine. Here's the mechanism for the wings. So you have different angles. One's going to be for wing swept back. One's for the park position. And some other looks like these are part of the intakes doors. Just looking at some of these small parts, the rivet detail, the camera's not going to pick it up. I don't have great equipment, I'm afraid, but I mean, it's just amazing. Some of this, when you add a wash to it, this is just going to pop. So far, I'm getting very excited about this. This is everything I hoped for and more. I know they delayed it for a while, but you know, I think it's worth the wait. Let's hope it goes together as well as it looks. But these wheels, yeah. Negative. I hate these two-part wheels. You always get like a seam down you have to take care of. But yeah, I guess you could maybe get some resin wheels or something if you wanted to. But anyway, it's great detail. But even that tiny wheel hub there, it's amazing detail. These are the bags. One would be inflated, one deflated, depending if you have the wings forward or back. Here's the main guy. Now I must admit, I've been kind of procrastinating a lot recently. I love the tornado. I love the Tomcat, but it's a big aircraft, and I was wondering kind of, should I drop down, maybe build some 72nd ones, or stick with 48? But I mean, seeing this, this is amazing, the detail. So upper and lower fuselage. I mean, you can see there the amazing. It's exquisite. I'm trying to think of 48 scale kit which I've seen, which is as detailed and nice as this, other than the MiG-31 they ready produce. I'm struggling. This is absolutely fantastic. I mean, even just these these louver things right here, these grills. I mean, I'm sorry you can't see it so good on the camera, but it's so fine. It's being molded so finely. Okay, then intakes. Again, amazing. I've built the Tamiya I don't a A version, I have a D version over there in my stash. And this detail is far better. The Tamiya ones, don't get me wrong, it's fantastic and it pulls together, but this one is on a different level. Yeah, these are just pylons again. So you need to open all those up. There's a few ejection pin marks, but on the inside, so just a quick swipe the sounding stick. It doesn't affect any of the exterior. Oh, I'm getting there. There's 2 more bags left. Like, I'm glad I didn't go for all the weapons because I will be here all night. Wow. Okay. I'm trying to move some of this over so it's not looking. So obviously this is the mechanism. Have the wings extended. I hope you can see that detail too. Again, yeah, this is amazing. Tub's obviously just bland because you got to put all the panels in there, all the instrument panels and switches and stuff. So this is just a plain, so there's not really much to see there. But I mean, just like here, all that wiring detail, it's on like another level. Wow. Seems like the only thing this is missing to make it, for me, is maybe have a radar and maybe a couple of avionics bays. But I'm sure the aftermarket guys will come across with some of that stuff. But that's really the only thing I see it doesn't have. So this is the last sprue. So these are the wings. It's like the lower wing sec. Oh. Wait a minute. So it looks like you have 2 versions of wings. So you have, like, if you just want them in a set position, flaps up, looks like you have just straightforward wings. And then it looks like you have another set of wings if you want to put the flaps and slats down. So this one would be the one where, you know, say all the flaps and slats go down. Flaps, slat. Or you could just go vanilla and have the just the plain one. Okay. Alright, so that's all the plastic. Little piece of photo etch. Just looks like you got a couple of sets of seat belts, HUD, pedals, mirrors, more seat belt stuff, and there's a couple of grills. Nice. And then the decals. Okay, so as we spoke about earlier, it's 3 sheets. So low vis. Look, these look a little faded. They're kind of very matte, very kind of faded. But you know what? I'm not overly concerned about that because, you know, my birds I weather up. So I mean, that's just part of the weathering. I think that'll fit fine. If you want like a showroom finish, these low vis ones might be. I mean, see, they're a little bit faded. Stencil data, tons of it. Well, that goes up to 321, so 321 decals on that sheet. Keep you busy for a while. And then finally the high-vis markings. So another 225 decals on this one to add to the 300 and what was it? 321 on that one, and 335 on that. Wait, is it 330? 682. There's about 100 or so on that one. So you got a lot of decals on this. Again, well, the instrument ones are beautiful. Like the buttons picked out, they look fantastic. But these ones here, see the blue isn't quite strong blue. It's all faded again. Tomcat looks okay, but that's just not a strong color. The white looks great, but some of these darker colors aren't quite as vibrant as you'd think. They're a little bit faded, but if you're into weathering and weathering planes, then that's not a problem. I don't think it's kind of partly weathering. But in all, great. There's some metallic kind of decals on here too. So all the sheet looks great. It's just my only concern is the those couple, like I said, some of the main markings. The colors are kind of faded on there. I mean, all right. So that's it. So let me switch the camera back and we'll kind of talk about it a little bit more, and that'll wrap the video up. There's a ton of plastic. I've no idea how to get it all back in the box, but we'll give it a shot. So hang on, let me switch the camera. So there you go. Wow, I'm pretty much speechless. What a great kit. I've gone for a lot of models in my time, and I can't remember seeing a 48 scale jet look as nice as this one. Plastic all around me, Caesar plastic, it stacks up here. I got sprue after sprue, I got sprues behind me, I got sprues on the floor. It's going to take me probably 20-30 minutes to try to figure out how to get this back in the box again. It's amazing. So what I have done is I pulled out my Tamiya one out of I got D version, I got my stash. So I thought, after doing this, I thought, like, let me just check, make sure it's kind of how I remember it. So you're not going to see it very good on the camera, to be honest with you. It's light plastic and very fine detail. So unless I put some kind of wash on it, you're not going to see any of it. But the detail, don't get me wrong, the detail's good on there, but on this one, I mean, that's a whole nother level. You can see that. I mean, it's not overdone at all. The panel lines are faint. There's rivets everywhere, just how the real thing. Now, I mean, this is $20 cheaper than Tamiya. And just so much detail. You got the flaps, the wing, flaps and slats, the wings, the engines, full engine detail. I mean, I waited 2.5 years for this, and I'm very glad I did. It's a fantastic kit. It's worth the wait. The only little niggle for me was decals. Just seem a little bit kind of muted or faded, some of the colors, some of the darker colors. If you're going to weather the aircraft, it probably look great, kind of tie into that. But if you want to look at like a factory fresh, kind of showroom, kind of shiny finish, they're going to let you down. So I do have these already, these Fighter Town decals. So if I went high vis, I'll probably use these. Low vis markings, I think the kit will be fine, especially the muted, a little bit faded, but I think it will tie into the weathering like I mentioned. So again, amazing kit. I don't think I've seen one as nice as this, especially a Tomcat. This is definitely the one. I think I've not put it together yet. This is purely based on the plastic. I've seen a few reviews and a few builds online. I don't think there's been any issues. Maybe a little bit of filler here and there, but just the fact that the front section is one piece, slide molded. There's no seams. I think, and I built the MiG-31. I got the Kafir up there. AMK are pretty nice kits. They go over pretty well. So fingers crossed, this one does the same. I'm really hoping it goes well. It's a nice kit. Never thought I'd say this, but I'm kind of thinking about maybe putting my Tamiya one on eBay and buying another one of these, because I mean, this is just fantastic. That's a great kit. Don't get me wrong. The fit's perfect, but this one, just in detail, is, it's really nice. Like I mentioned, the only thing I wish it had, like, the option maybe have a radar and a couple of avionics bays, but I'm sure Ares or some of the aftermarket guys will come out with that kind of stuff in the future. Yep, we'll say it's an amazing kit. This review is supposed to be a quick, short unboxing, kind of showing what's in there, but I think I've rambled and waffled for like 30 minutes or so. Just so much plastic to go through, and I haven't even gone through all of it. The weapons I didn't bother, and I'm glad I didn't, because this will be here all night. So I just want to say thank you for watching and bearing with me. I know the cameras aren't great. Hopefully if more people watch my videos, I might invest in some new camera equipment, but for now I think hopefully you kind of get a gist of what's going on. I hope you made it this far. If you have, thank you for watching. And I highly recommend go out and buy one of these. As I mentioned, as of today, scale hobbyist, $49.99 US dollars. Fantastic. You don't need to go out and buy the ordnance set. Everything you need, full loadout, is in that box. The ordnance set will be set my shelf, and maybe for some other builds of other aircraft. But for these guys, you got more than enough to work with the box. There's no point buying the ordnance set unless you get it for free, like I did. So all that's left to say is, again, thank you. Watch out for some more of my videos. Remember to, if you like this, please like, thumbs up, and subscribe. And just say thank you. Happy modeling, and see you again next time. Have a good one. See you. Bye.